All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm James at JC Trails, and today we're going to be test riding the 2019 Specialized Epic S-Works. So if you're new to my channel, I do a lot of bike reviews and a lot of other things related to mountain biking, but today we're going to answer a question here. Can this bike right here make me faster on my local cross-country trails? So the test I'm going to do today is an 8-mile loop. You can't stop. I do it under an hour, about 57 minutes, and let's see if I can better my time, see if I can PR it. The dirt's pretty good. It's a little chilly, so actually it's going to be good. When I get pedaling, it'll probably warm up nicely. I won't overheat. It's about the same conditions when I set the record, my personal record on my Stumpjumper ST. And let's see if we can improve upon it. We'll also talk about the bike, if I'm not huffing and puffing, and how it feels. I did a 2018 review on the Specialized Epic, and that's when they really revamped the bike, did a different back end. They changed the chainstay and the seat stay there, the whole area. And they changed the geometry of the bike, gave it boost spacing. But if you want to see that video, I'll leave a link in the description below. And also, if you want to see the details about the Specialized Epic, I'll leave the link to Specialized's website, so you can go check it out. But while we're sitting here, I'm stretching here to get warmed up. Quickly talk about Specialized Epic S-Works spec here. This is high-end everything. This is a $10,000 bike. It weighs 23 pounds. And it's got top end everything, you know, the carbon Revol control wheels, 25 millimeter inner width, and it holds that tire pretty good. It's pretty much stock. This bike is from Bike Barn, and this is the owner's personal bike, Kevin's personal bike, and he's let me borrow it for this test. The only thing he said he changed on the bike is the tire right here, these fast track tires. Comes with a 2.1 on the back. He put a 2.3, thank God. I need all the traction I can use. But you can tell they look like they're going to be fast rolling tires. It's got the Brain front and back. We'll talk about that when I'm riding, and the Brain RockShox SID fork. But as it sits, 23 pounds with the pedals, the Garmin little computer holder, and the 2 water bottle cages, and the little SWAT tool. So that's pretty light. All right, so the loop we're going to do is called the Duxbury Woods Loop. It's about 8 miles long, 8.1 miles long. And last time I did it was 9/4/18, and I did it in 57 minutes 31 seconds. And number 6 overall, so it's pretty good. Not many people know about this loop though. You got to link up a lot of trails to complete it. But of course, number 1 is Polish Rocket at 53 minutes 34 seconds. He's a fast dude, so we did it the same day together. So he left me in the dust. But let's see what we can do on the Epic. Let's see if I can catch him. All right, let's go. Wow! Immediately. XC geometry. Wow, it's cold. This thing feels fast. All right. A little slick, so I'm gonna not go full speed right off the bat. It's 8 miles, so you kind of have to pace yourself. For tire pressure, I got 24 in the front. It's 2.3 tires and 26 in the back. But nice and fast rolling, but a little supple. We're not gonna be hucking no jumps or anything. Wow, this bike pedals really well. This thing's just cruising, really putting pedal strokes in. Very efficient. Here's our first little climb. Wow. Right up this, no problem. XX1 shifting is very nice, as it should be. Feel that Brain working. You hit those roots, it opens it up, but then I'm pedaling on something pretty smooth and flat like this. Feels like a hardtail. Here comes a little ratty descent. Ooh. See if this steep head angle messes me up. God, this thing rolls so good. So here we go. Little huck. Look at that acceleration. Just goes. My background is not XC racing, it's just more general trail riding, kind of a little enduro stuff, bike park stuff. But I might get into XC racing. There's nothing better than generating your own speed. With a little log hop. God, it's so easy to pick up. Fun little section right here. You really hear that brain. It kind of has a thunking noise when it opens up. Kind of weird. I don't know if I like it. God, this thing climbs good. You just get her out of the saddle and stomp the pedals and it hooks up. Oh, I forgot to say though, I am 5'10", 175 pounds, and I'm on a size large, and it feels good. Even this big 90 millimeter stem. I don't know how long this stem is. It looks like about 90 millimeters. It's kind of pointing down almost. Really gets your weight over the front. Things like a scalpel, just tearing up the single track. Little jump, woohoo! All right, about 3.5 miles in, and this thing is just so efficient on the climbs. Wish I was efficient as this bike. Little fun little descent part. Rudy handles the roots pretty good too. Oh my God, like the acceleration, it's not a steep downhill, it's just kind of gradual, but we're accelerating like crazy. And these tires are hooking up pretty good. Gotta think a little bit more in the lonely turns. DHF 2.5 tire that I'm used to, but it's doing a good job. All right, update. I had one slip up, slipped on some roots back there with the camera off, and then I got a stick in my derailleur, so hopefully that didn't cost me too much time. All right, trickiest part of this trail center, for me at least, is this little root section right by the pond. It's tight, and if you mess up doing these roots, come on, oh, no dab. You go in this little pond right here. This is a tough section right here. Punch it. Oh, yes. All right, rolling the clear now. I'm really digging this 36 tooth chainring in the front. I used to ride that on my trail bikes. And then as you know, the 11-speed SRAM came out with 10 tooth in the back, you didn't need a big chainring in the front. But I'm gonna think, I might put one back on my bike. I like how you get to keep the cadence up. I'm just kind of staying in one gear on this bike and mashing the pedals. If it gets a little harder, just stand up and keep it going. What a beautiful morning, look at this. Oh, just pedally tight stuff. XC bike, man, it's where it's at. Like, just side to side, really good. Here's a fast little section coming up. Whew. See, it's like tight, but this thing is just side to side, so fast. Woohoo! Brake before the turns, James. These SRAM TL level brakes are nice, good power. And these are the high-end ones. I don't know, like SRAM TL something. I'm sure they're all carbon fiber and light, like everything else on this bike. As I'm getting used to this bike, it's just getting faster. Man, you know what? I'm actually enjoying this a lot. Maybe I will be JCXC. Alright guys, but the battery died about 3/4 way through the trail, and I wasn't going to pull over and replace the GoPro battery, but finished up the ride, and the results are in on Strava, and it's saying I got 59 minutes and 43 seconds, a little over 2 minutes slower than my personal record, as you can see there. But I think Strava's wrong. That run felt really good. The bike was super fast. The only thing I could think of is I had one slip up on the route section off camera, and I wasn't chasing anyone. Since I was chasing Polish Rocket, you know, it's like a motivator to get you going and ride a little bit faster. So I know this wasn't like a scientific, you know, experiment. There's a lot of variables in here. Obviously me as being one, but I felt I'm pretty much in the same shape, and I felt actually good this morning. The trails were in the same condition. It was a little bit colder, which I think would benefit me because I don't overheat. When I rode the ST on that same loop, it was probably about 70 degrees, so it was perfect temperature, but it was 40 when I rode it this morning. The only variable really was the bike. So I tried my best to make everything consistent, but what really I think slowed me down is not being comfortable on an XC bike yet. You know, I don't ride this very often. It's like a one and done kind of ride, but I thought it felt great. I thought I was gonna be 2 minutes faster riding this bike than my ST. But I think what I can do to make it a little bit faster, if this is my personal bike, is add a dropper, a little bit shorter stem, and maybe rake out the fork to 120. And that bike is coming out soon, I think, if not out already. It's called the Epic Evo. I think if I ride a bike like that, or Santa Cruz has one, it's the Blur Trail, which I will bring you a demo video for, I'm gonna smoke this time. So I can't wait to ride the Blur on the same loop and see what time I get with that one. For being a $10,000 bike, you got this Revolve hub, which is basically a DT Swiss, like 240 hub. It's DT Swiss internals. It's only got 54 teeth. Ratchet system, you know, just like on my 240 trail bike here, or 240 hub. And you think it would have like something like an i9 with 120 points of engagement, but I mean, for 10 grand, come on, Specialized. Other than that, I mean, the hub and the brain back here, I know a lot of people don't like the brain, and in the past they've failed. This one felt pretty good. It had a couple clunks where it couldn't make up its mind when I was pedaling downhill to get some speed through a rooty section. It was locking up or firming up, and then it would like let go, and I could feel it. It was a millisecond. It didn't mess me up. It didn't throw me offline, but it was kind of, I didn't like that noise. For being a 10 grand bike, it should work all the time. But hey, nothing's perfect. But guys, those are little gripes with this bike. Other than that, it rode really well, and I think if I had it a couple more days, I can go out and beat that time I set on my ST. But you know, just a couple little gripes, not a big deal. Great bike, very expensive, but you definitely get a lesser model. I rode the Expert. I think that's like around 5 grand, maybe half the price as this one, and I couldn't really tell the difference. Other than the wheels. These wheels, the hoops definitely felt great when you're coming out of a corner and you had to accelerate out of a corner. It spun up really quick, especially for these big 2.9 wheels. But guys, I had fun on it. Maybe you'll see me in some XC Lycra in the future. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.